Well, hey everybody, backyard scrapping here, and we got a little project to work on today. I actually finished up that refine for Derek, and the next thing I had in line is this little bitty flint Arrowhead for Lakehousebeach. He wants a 3D casting of this, so we are going to go ahead and I'm going to use new sand. I'm not going to use my old sand anymore because I don't believe it's working properly. But we're going to just go right on ahead and get a mold put together of this, and then we are going to cast Lakehousebeach a nice little 999 fine silver Arrowhead. So we will get back at you in just a few. Okay guys, we are done with our mold. I'm gonna try and weigh this little booger up and see if we can figure out how much silver it's going to take to do it, and then we are going to go outside and pour it. So we will be back at you guys in just a bit. Okay guys, you saw we got our mold finished. Now we have to do a little bit of gonculating here to figure out how much silver we're going to need to pour this. Okay, so we weighed it. The Arrowhead itself weighs 4.39 grams. If I remember correctly, I believe quartz has a specific gravity of 2.72. So we're just going to call it 2.7 specific gravity for quartz. And this is flint. It's a variety of quartz. It may vary slightly, but it's going to have a specific gravity of around 2.7. Our silver, our pure silver, has a specific gravity of 10.49, so we're just going to call that 10.5. Now, if we take our specific gravity of our silver, which is 10.5, and we divide it by 2.7, 0.5 divided by 2.7, that is going to give us 3.888 across the board. So we're about 3 times, the silver is 3.88 times heavier, 3.88 times heavier than the quartz or the flint. So if we take our 4.39 grams that our Arrowhead weighed, and we multiply that times 3.88, that's going to give us a silver weight of somewhere around 17.03 grams pure. Now, also, we have to have enough for the sprue, the vents, and to make sure that everything fills good. So whenever you're pouring an item in gold or silver, what you normally want to do is double that weight. So we're going to times that by 2, times 2 equals, and that's going to be 34.06 grams of silver to pour this item. Now the actual item is probably going to, it might vary slightly, but this is just a quick way to figure out what you need. So we have 34 grams, so I think we can get away with an ounce, a little over an ounce of silver to pour this. It should only weigh half that, but it's going, you want the extra metal to force what you're trying to pour into the mold. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of metal. So let me get out a little bit of silver here. We'll get it weighed up, and then we're going to go outside and melt this and pour it. So I will be back at you when we are outside and set up. Okay guys, we are outside. We've got our torch already fired up, and we have our silver in the dish. I'm actually going to just use the torch to do this one because, you know, it's not much over an ounce. I actually put about 40 grams of 999 in the silver dish here because I just like making sure that I have enough. Better to have it roll off than not have enough to fill the pour. So depending on how long this takes to melt, I may time lapse this. I don't know yet. I preheated the dish before I put this in, so it may not take that long. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this melted and concentrate on what I'm doing here, and we'll get back to talking at you in just a few minutes. Alrighty guys, well I think we got a successful pour. We had smoke coming up from all of our vents. I think I had the metal hot enough. Looks like we had the right amount of metal. We've got a nice solid button, nothing poured off anywhere, so all we can hope for is when we separate that booger that it's burned. That's what we want to see. We want to see that burn. So I'm going to let it just sit for another second, and then we will split her open and see what we got. I think we're plenty hard enough. Oh, we got a burn, and I believe, look at there, guys. We didn't even need the vents. Perfect amount of metal. Didn't even need the vents. It didn't even go into the vents. Very pleased with that. Come out very good. Let me just stand this up right quick. Scoop this out. And we will get back at you in just a second. The quicker you get your burnt out of your sand, the more sand you get to keep. So I'll be back at you guys in just a minute. Okay, we are back. We got it out of the sand, and by golly, we got us a pretty nice looking little arrowhead. So I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm just going to brush it a little bit, and then we will go in, clean her up, cut the sprue off, and finish her up. There it is, guys. Came out very nice. We think we've got all the detail, or pretty much all the detail of the original. So we're in good shape. And I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, and we'll get back at you guys when we are inside. So we'll get back at you in a few. Okay, guys, we are back inside. I'm actually going to cut the sprue off of this right now, and then we'll clean it up. It came out pretty good. I don't know how well you can see the shapes, but I'm very pleased with it. I think we got a pretty accurate copy. Also, please excuse the air conditioner noise, but I'm in my little work area, and I have a window unit right next to me, and it is too hot to turn it off. So, alrighty guys, we'll get back at you when I get this cut off and start getting work on it. Okay guys, we have sawed through enough of our sprue to where we can kind of just wiggle this off. Saves us that little bit of sawing that we had to do. So there is our original. There is our copy. So now the only thing I have to do is cut this away and do a little magic here to make this match up right there with this, but to just grind that sprue off. He wants it left as close to the original 3D as possible, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and set our pure silver sprue over here, and I'm going to go ahead and get my dust box out and start grinding. So I'll probably time lapse this so as not to make you all lose your mind while I sit here for an hour and do this. But anyhow, let me get my box and we'll go to work on this thing. once again, guys, my camera has a 20-minute shut off, and I don't know where I was at into that, you know, smoothing this out, but let me show you where we are right now. So we have followed the contour lines as much as we could to get rid of that sprue. I'm not going to do too much more to it because it is a, you know, a natural object, so we do want to retain that. I don't want to smooth it out and make it, you know, fake looking. All I wanted to do was keep that line right there. So we have that. So we're pretty much, I would say, done with the prepping on it. I'm actually going to weigh it. We retained our line here, which is what I was trying to do, to get rid of the sprue mark and retain our line. So I'm going to actually put it in the tumbler for a while, but not too long, because once again I just want it to polish. I don't really want to take away from the shape, because, you know, that's the whole object of doing this, is to keep it as much like this one as I can. So we are going to tumble it for a bit, and then I will mark it, and I will get it sent out to LHB. Let's see, I guesstimated 17.03 grams. Let's just, for the heck of it, see what it weighs. And we got 16.22, so that's pretty good. Pretty close. Pretty darn close. So there it is. When you lay it down, it lays down the same way. It turns over the same way. That's what we want. It has the same curvature. So we are good to go. I'm going to put it in the tumbler, like I said, for a while, and polish it up a little bit, get her marked, and we'll be done with this one. So we'll get back at you guys in just a bit. Alrighty guys, there it is. That is LHB's Arrowhead, all packaged up, ready to go. I'm not going to actually post this video till after he gets it, and I'm sure he'll make a video, and the link to it will be right over here. So if you want to go check that out, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you later.